You're invited to this online healing retreat, teachings from our cosmic family for the Great Shift, with Sherry Wilde, who shares the lessons she's learned through visitations from higher dimensional beings.
The guys that I have interaction with they're at least fifth dimensional, certainly, but I have a sense that they are higher than that. The main guy that I interact with is not in physical form. He is in what he calls his etheric body, and that's how I know him. When he comes onto planet Earth, he puts on a little suit that makes him look like a gray, but he's a much higher vibrational being than that. It's coming from a place where they're beyond the world of duality, and it comes from love. The things that they have taught me are so critical, especially now, on the planet now, as we're struggling to awaken and move out of that old third-dimensional world that we were so attached to, that illusionary world, and releasing it. The things that they taught, that's what they gave them to me for, is to share. In the first day, I would like to focus on what my guides called the 3 important things to know. And those can be really heavy duty. We can go very deep into those. There are 3 things that everyone is familiar with. The lesson of oneness, which is something we hear quite a bit, but I want to get pretty deep into that and how it ties into the other 2 things that they gave me. The issue of us being multidimensional beings existing on more than one level simultaneously. Why is that so important for us to know now? I never understood why that was such an important thing to know. I thought it was an interesting thing to know, but I didn't know why they put it in that number 2 of the 3 most important things to know. We would go deep into that and why it ties into what's happening on the planet now. The 3rd most important thing to know is monitor your thoughts. They create your reality, and we go deep into that. All 3 of those statements can be just stated, and you can nod at them and go, okay, I get that, I know what that is. You know, I've heard that before, and yep, I got it. But if you start really digging into it and you connect the dots on all of it, you can go really deep into them, and it becomes very fascinating. And the 3 of them, each of those interweave together to create the fabric of where we're going and how we're going to get there. On the 2nd day, the one thing that I think is the most important thing to do to help with the transition as we go forward during this period of time. We've got this opening right now, this portal happening on the planet where we're all aligned, as everyone is aware of that, and we are vibrationally moving up the ladder, so to say. We're going up to the next level of our evolution. Everyone is having their own individual experience, and yet it's a collective experience. But each and every one of us will go wherever our vibration takes us. So that's where we get kind of an individual thing. We will kind of land, when this is all said and done, we will be in the place that we vibrate with, that fits our vibration. I'm all about going just as high as I can. I don't want to leave one foot in the 4th dimension. If I can even break through the 5th dimension to the 6th dimension, I want to go closer to unity consciousness. I want to return more to oneness, because that's where our joy is, and that's the perfect place to be. I want to talk about how do we raise our vibration, how do we release our fears, and how do we live our lives on a daily basis? How do we be cognizant and walk around in this matrix, dealing with all the stuff that we deal with on a day-to-day basis, and still be moving toward oneness, still be raising our vibration? And how do we do it without it becoming a struggle? There are things that you can do, programs that you can teach yourself that will help you to get there. Feel blessed. Part of my prayer every day, Lauren, is to say thank you to my guides and teachers. I feel blessed that I was given this information, and I was given it to share. I'll talk to anyone who wants to listen to me, and I'll share what I know, and I'll listen to anyone who's, I spend a lot of time listening, because you can learn from others, and we're all in this together. So I want to share what I have been blessed to, been told by these higher dimensional beings. We don't experience love on this planet in its true form. What we think is love here, what passes as love on this planet, has always just been so, I guess I knew all from the very beginning that it just was the saddest thing. And don't take offense at that, but it's not love. For the most part, it isn't that we don't feel love for our children, for our parents, and for our spouses. There is love, but it pales in comparison to what we're going to be experiencing when we go into those higher frequencies, because all the fear is going to be stripped away, and there's not going to be that duality, that conflict, that ego that's going to be creating those negative feelings. And it isn't that there isn't some polarity that exists. It's just that it's not anywhere near like what is prevalent on this planet. So when I'm with my guides, I love it when I have what I call the intense periods of activity with my guides, which means that I'm there physically with them, and I haven't done this for a while, but when I'm physically with them 3, 4, 5 times a week, for instance, or more, and I'm spending hours and hours and hours with them, it affects my vibration. It affects who I am. It affects the quality of my life here, because I bring back some of that residual high from being with them, and you bring it back into this world, and miracles occur. And we have the ability to create that right now. That's what we are doing. We're going to that place. The last time I talked to them, and I said, I'm not seeing you very much. You're not coming around. I miss you, and I miss being with you. I want to be there. And they said, we love you so much, and we want to be with you, but we're not coming there anymore physically. You need to come to us. Keep raising your vibration. Keep working on opening your pineal gland, and you're going to be coming to us. We don't need to come down anymore. We don't need to meet in that middle. You're going to be with us very soon. And the love, when they said that I felt from them, and just amazing. It's an out-of-this-world love. That's a good thing. Imagine what it's like to be with someone who knows you, knows everything about you, knows every secret, every horrible thought you ever had, every deed that you have judged to be not so good, but they love you anyway. They accept you, and they love you, and there's no questions asked. It's just there's an awareness of who you are, and they see only the innocence and the purity of your soul, of who you truly are, and they don't judge. There's never any judgment.
Register today for this online healing retreat, Teachings from Our Cosmic Family for the Great Shift with Sherry Wilde.